It is the monarch's role to advise, guide and warn the government of the day.
Obviously, the Queen is laid to rest, but what's next for King Charles? What do the next couple weeks look like for him?
I think we do know that he's hopefully going to have a few days in Scotland. To obviously clear up, many of his mother's effects and things there, and to talk to the staff and thank them for everything they did, because there really wasn't any time to thank the staff at Balmoral for their extraordinary work, and their care for Elizabeth II during the final weeks and months of her life, because obviously she spent the last significant segment there. So there will be a time for him to go north to Balmoral to thank the people who work there, to thank the local community for their support for the Queen, and also, I hope, to have some personal time to grieve. But if that window is allowed to him, it's going to be a small window. He will be expected back in London. There are fairly substantial concerns facing the country. Obviously, it has to be said that that is the purview of the democratically elected government led by Prime Minister Liz Truss. However, under the British constitutional setup, it is the monarch's role to advise, guide and warn the government of the day. And this government might need quite a bit of that, because we are facing a substantial cost of living crisis. The Prime Minister already today made a comment about energy bills that have angered people when she suggested that higher energy bills were a price people should just pay for the sake of national security, which struck some people as fairly tone deaf. And that's not the first time someone in her party has said that. So in many ways, the King will have a not insignificant amount of political work ahead of him with a small p, but he will be back to, I think, in London quite soon to advise, guide and warn Prime Minister Liz Truss. I think he also is hoping to spend some time with his family. I mean, he has seen obviously a lot of them, but grief is a time when you do need to see people. He has made it very clear that he trusts Prince William and Princess Catherine implicitly. So I expect we'll see some time spent with them. I would also say that I do think the King very much wants to heal the rift with Harry and Meghan. We saw that olive branch held out the first national address. So maybe we will see attempts to coordinate more regular visits between Harry and Meghan and back to Britain. And also, of course, this will be, I think sometimes people forget, there was the pandemic and there were travel restrictions during the first stage of the Sussexes' stay in the United States. So we'll see, maybe there will be more frequent visits back. I think that is something the King very much wants to happen.
For more news content and exclusive interviews, make sure to hit the sub, like, and bell button down below and visit usmagazine.com.